Hey everyone, it's Nella here with it BJDAddicts prompt number 2, hobby fears. This is Flair with me, and that would be my boy cat, who is apparently very affectionate right now. So, I'm going to start off with which fears I don't have. I've actually overcome my fear of restringing and doing face-ups. And I was never and have never been afraid to bring my dolls out in public and be judged for them. I have, kind of worried about, tripping on the sidewalk and my doll falling out of my arms. That's a reasonable concern. But I've never been afraid of people's opinions about my hobby. Actually, one of the very first things I did in the hobby was a few weeks after my sister had gotten her ball-jointed doll. I took her doll with me, with her permission of course, to my school's end of school year class party. Because our teacher told us to bring in something that interested us. So, some of the kids were bringing like sports stuff or posters of movies, like that sort of stuff, and I came in with my sister's ball-jointed doll in a wooden case. It's okay, I went to elementary with pretty much all of those kids, so they already knew I was a bit weird. But my fears in the hobby can basically boil down to two things. Not bonding and being scammed are pretty much the two big ones. The fear of not bonding is actually pretty big for me, just because each of the dolls I get involves a lot of saving up, involves a lot of hard thinking about what I'm going to spend the money on. Can we get out of there? And yeah, I'd really hate to drop, like upwards of $200 on something and then it arrive and not be inspired at all by it. I've thankfully not had that happen. As anyone who has followed my channel or reads my live journal knows, I even bonded with the floating head that was supposed to be a practice head, and he doesn't even have a face or a body. Sorry, my cat's being super affectionate. Yeah, so not bonding is a really scary prospect for me. It actually made me delay purchasing my dream doll for a number of months. I ended up asking a couple questions about, bonding in general with, on a smaller forum I'm on, Dolly Sanctuary, as well as on my live journal. And honestly, by talking it out with essentially other people, I was able to realize that no, the reason why I'm hesitating isn't because there's something that's wrong with the doll, or with how I like the doll. The reason I was hesitating was purely just this fear that it wouldn't work out. Just because that was the most expensive doll I have ever bought. She's not even $300, but she's still the most expensive to me. And the fear of being scammed has actually only gotten worse as the years have gone by. Partially just because I'm buying more now, and also because the hobby is so much bigger now. So it seems like there are more scams happening. It seems like there are more scams happening, and I think it's probably just, crunching the numbers. More people means more transactions, means more untrustworthy people in transactions, that sort of thing. But there's also the whole thing with there being more recasts now, and that was actually something I was not expecting at all when I got back into the hobby to find. Because when I was first in the hobby, when I first got into it back in 2006, the only companies that I really remember ever being told, like you have to be absolutely certain that you are getting a legitimate doll that is from the company, and not like a recast. The only ones that I knew of that I was warned about were Volks. Like, that was the only one. When I was in the hobby for a bit longer, like, yeah, I knew that there were recasts, but it seems like now there's way more, and there are more companies, and I know I'm naturally a really trusting person, and I really, like, I don't like having to expect the worst of people. I actually, and I really don't like that. It seems like you can't trust sellers or buyers even, because buyers will lie about the conditions that stuff came to them in. They'll lie about your service, and then sellers can steal or can keep your money and not send out the product, which is what happened with Flair's company. I'm still so glad that I actually received her, because it was a really close call. But this video is getting pretty long, and that's pretty much it. So, bye everyone.